What's going on, guys? It's Loaded Clips back with another video for you guys, and today we are going to be discussing the all-new Springfield Echelon right here. This is one of Springfield Armory's newer handguns that they've released to the market. And I kind of just want to do a kind of a product overview, just kind of go over some features of it. This isn't like a full review, obviously, but just talk about, kind of some important features of the gun, cool things, just so you guys can kind of see it for yourself. So while we're at it, if you're here, appreciate you watching. Don't forget to drop a like on that video, drop a comment, share this video with somebody, and if you're not subscribed, get subscribed so that you can stay tuned to future videos. Really helps me out, and all the support is greatly appreciated. So if you can do that, just drop a like on the video. I really appreciate that. Thank you guys for watching, and let's go ahead and continue with the video here. So like I said, this is the Springfield Echelon, and in my opinion it actually looks very nice. So I'm trying to get you guys a closer look there. So right off the bat, you can just kind of see the overall design of it. It has these pretty aggressive slide serrations at the back and front. They go pretty deep right there, and so you don't really have any trouble at all grabbing them. They're almost kind of sharp, but you can definitely get a good grip on them. Now this is a full-size gun. This holds 17 rounds in the magazine. Let me correct myself, this actually does come with 20 round magazines as well, not just 17. So it does have 20 round magazines that come with the gun right here. So full-size gun, and this is obviously 9mm, has a 4.5-inch barrel, and the iron sights, which I kind of like. Some people don't really like the U shape, but I personally like these. I think they're better than like Glock iron sights, for example. But you have kind of like the U white dot. Trying to see so you guys can see that, and I don't point this at myself. And then it has the night sight at the front for the front post. The gun is clear, by the way, so nothing in the gun. But yeah, so I personally like the iron sights, and it does feel very comfortable in my hand. I do have bigger hands though, so that's probably why. But I feel like I can get a good natural grip on it, and the iron sights are easy for my eyes to pick up. Of course, that may vary depending on your eyes, your vision, person to person. Now, one of the things that I actually was pretty impressed by on this gun was the trigger. So I've tried a lot of different Springfields, like the Hellcat, the XDM, and none of them had bad triggers, but none of them to me really had super good triggers. This one though actually has a really good trigger in my opinion. So it's not quite all the way flat, but it's not really as aggressively curved as some other guns. You kind of see it right there, and just take the mag out so I don't have to keep worrying about that. But right here, I'm gonna turn it this way. You can kind of see there's just a little bit of travel before you get to that initial wall, which is not really a lot in my opinion. I think that's pretty comfortable. And then once you get to that wall, I'm just gonna put a little bit more pressure. And it has a fairly clean break. Now, I've definitely had better triggers than this. For example, a couple of my Canics, I would say had better triggers than this. But that's not to say that out of the box, this isn't a pretty good trigger. It does feel pretty good, especially to be right out of the box. So I'm gonna show you guys again. Like I said, that take-up is pretty good, and then once you get to there, push it. There's the brake. It's kind of heavy. If I had to guess, I don't have a trigger pull tool, but if I had to guess, it feels like maybe between around a 5-pound pull to get it to brake. So I'm gonna let you guys see the reset now too. So I'm still down on the trigger, but I'm gonna just kind of let up off of it, and right there is the reset. And then break again. So I think it's pretty good. Like I said, not the best trigger on the market by any stretch of the word, but I definitely think the trigger is pretty good. Now, the most important feature of this gun is the optic mounting system. And I believe that's where it gets its name from, the Echelon, because it has what's called the variable interface system, I believe is what it's called. Basically, this gun is milled in a way to where it can support multiple different optic footprints. So typically, you know, you have a gun like a Glock. If that comes cut with an optic, it's the MOS footprint. Or if so, a lot of guns come with the RMR footprint or the RMSC footprint. You know, each gun typically has one footprint that they go by. The Echelon has done this in a way to where it can fit multiple different footprints with like a pin system that they have where they kind of plug the holes in. I'll try and throw a picture up on the screen to kind of, so you guys can kind of visualize what I'm talking about when I say that. But I do think that that is a really cool feature because you don't have to worry about getting all these different plates and adapters to fit the optic that you want to fit on there. You can really just mount these direct to the slide, and that's beneficial because when you're having to throw like plates and adapters on there, you're increasing the height that the optic sits on the gun, which makes it hard to co-witness with these sights, which makes a lot of people have to go get aftermarket raised sights so that they can co-witness with their red dots. Whereas if you can just sit it flush with the slide, you can get that optic to sit lower and co-witness more naturally with the factory iron sights. So you can kind of see where the plate comes off right there and where the iron sight sits. Being able to mount a red dot right on the slide will give you, depending on the optic of course, a decent height to where you can see the irons through the red dot. I don't know what other guns on the market have a system like this. I don't know if this is the only one. It's the only one I've heard of. But I think it's a phenomenal idea, and I think a lot more people need to do that because personally, I really don't like putting plates, optic plates on my guns because I don't know, I just don't like to. Partially for the reason that I mentioned before, it kind of makes it sit higher, and I prefer mine to sit lower. So having something like this would definitely be very, very useful. Now, in terms of price, the MSRP for this gun is $679.99. So $680 MSRP for this. I'm sure you can find some deals for it somewhere if you look hard enough. But just going off the MSRP, I'd say that it's really not a bad deal. I think it's actually priced pretty well for what you get with this. You know, just considering the optic system, the sights, the feel of the gun, the trigger performance, the fact that it's a full-size handgun, I definitely think that if I was told that to buy this for the price of $680, I would probably jump on that. I think that's a fair price to pay for this gun, given what it's given what you get with it. I have not shot this gun yet, so I can't speak to how it performs while shooting. But just in handling it compared to other guns that I've handled and how it feels, I think it's a solid pickup. Like I said, this isn't a review because I have not shot it. This is just kind of going over the specs and features of the gun and just kind of comparing value. So hopefully you guys found this useful. If you did, once again, I appreciate the like on the video. I appreciate you watching. As far as the Echelon, we do have this on sale on our website if you guys want to check that out. We have some deals on it too if you want to get a discount. So just check the link in the description if you want to check that out. But aside from that, that's going to wrap it up for this one. Thank you guys for watching. Got more videos on the way. A lot of stuff coming actually, so I'm trying to keep up with that and get that out to you guys in a timely fashion. But appreciate you watching. Thank you for being here. Be safe, be smart, be blessed, and I'll see y'all in the next one.